two versions of the mighty Godzilla, two colossal monsters, are battling it out. Shin Godzilla takes down Godzilla? I delve into power rankings, analysis videos, or deep dives into your favorite characters and franchises with new videos every week. If that sounds interesting to you, sit back and enjoy the video. Hit the like button if you want, or subscribe while you watch. Like most other versions of Godzilla, this massive guy is essentially a prehistoric dinosaur swimming around the ocean, a legendary sea monster, until one day he was horribly mutated by a nuclear bomb, transforming into Godzilla. This version of Godzilla is now extremely aggressive and hostile, both before and after his mutation. He is known to attack anything he perceives as a threat, or anything that gets in his way. In fact, you can almost sense his aggression as a display of hostility and hatred, almost showing a kind of revenge against humanity. Essentially, you do not want to encounter this particular Godzilla. After his mutation, Godzilla stands over 150 feet tall and exhibits some incredibly impressive physical traits. His jaws can lift a train, and he can topple buildings with his tail. Godzilla is so powerful that he can easily hurl boats and trains through the air. Despite all this, Godzilla is incredibly fast, demonstrating some impressive reflexes. But the greatest thing Godzilla possesses is his durability and regenerative abilities. Like all versions of Godzilla except for one, are incredibly formidable. Forget about being relatively immune to firearms, rockets, or missiles from tanks or battleships. Godzilla has survived a nuclear bomb. He is exceptionally tough. However, he is not entirely invincible. What sets this Godzilla apart is his highly advanced cellular regeneration, his healing factor. For example, a landmine exploding inside Godzilla's mouth was almost immediately healed. This healing factor goes far beyond simply regenerating from a few scratches or similar attacks. Even if his entire body is destroyed, he can start regenerating from just a small piece of flesh. Like all incarnations of the giant monster, this Godzilla has a rather formidable atomic breath as well. This beam creates an extremely powerful explosion whenever it hits its target, producing a mushroom cloud like that of a nuclear bomb and leaving behind a massive crater with shockwaves that flatten everything for miles around. In fact, Godzilla's atomic breath is so powerful that it actually injures him, burning his face and forcing him to regenerate and heal before he can use it again. This is what is unique about this Godzilla. He actually has some specific weaknesses. He cannot rely on his atomic breath as other Godzillas can. He may have to pause and recover before he can unleash this attack again due to the damage it inflicts on himself. But then, there is another factor. Shin Godzilla is unique among all other Godzillas. He started as some kind of prehistoric creature swimming around the ocean until he was horribly mutated by nuclear radiation in the 1950s. This is where things get a bit different because, along with that mutation, came a unique ability. Godzilla can quickly alter his DNA, adapt, and evolve almost instantly. He then spent 60 years living under the ocean until one day, out of boredom, he decided to try and destroy Tokyo. Throughout the film, Godzilla goes through 4 different forms, each distinct and some quite bizarre. Just look at Form 1. It might be nothing more than a giant tail or just a massive worm-like creature. In this form, he could blow up water tunnels and was said to be hot enough to start boiling the water around him. That's all we see from him in Form 1. Form 2 isn't much better, but bless his little heart, he's just trying his best. The best thing about this form is that Godzilla evolves to the point where he can walk on land. An interesting fact is that most sea creatures cannot go on land, not only because of the need for oxygen, but because their body weight would crush them. Now, Godzilla is out there strutting on his little legs, constantly spewing unpleasant juices everywhere from his gills. In this form, he can push boats, shove cars around, destroy houses, and topple buildings. The big guy undergoes significant development here. He can stand more upright and even grow some actual arms. He can now destroy things much more easily, even flipping a train and sending it flying by slamming his tail into the ground. Form 4 is where he really comes into his own. Here, he's enormous, incredibly tough, and fully prepared to ruin everyone's day. He's so tough that tank fire literally has no effect on him, and bombs just bounce off his skin. The only thing we've seen that can tear his skin are bunker busters, bombs designed to destroy underground bunkers. Even then, Godzilla heals almost immediately. The real showstopper here is his atomic breath. The exhaust alone from charging his atomic breath is enough to destroy a city block. The actual beam can cut a city in half. And Godzilla doesn't need to fire a single beam. He can focus it through his dorsal fins and shoot tons of beams backward, or even fire a beam from his tail. Because why not make Godzilla even weirder? The only issue is that Godzilla has to monitor his use of the atomic breath. If he overuses it, he will run out of energy and need to hibernate to recharge. And then there's Form 5, which is best left unspoken of. Don't think about it too much, and it won't hurt you. In the end, who will come out on top and why? It's not even really close. The greatest thing about Shin Godzilla is his sheer physical capability and his atomic breath. He's incredibly powerful and tough, but it's his healing factor that truly stands out. You'd have to destroy every cell and atom to defeat this guy, otherwise he'll always come back. It might take a while, but he will return. His atomic breath is also incredibly impressive, akin to a legitimate nuclear explosion, devastating for miles around. On the other hand, the destruction brought by each of Shin Godzilla's explosions is matched by his ability to evolve and adapt. This is what sets him apart from other Godzillas and might be the key difference here. This Godzilla can evolve and adapt to face any situation. It's like a doomsday Godzilla, evolving and adapting to defeat the immediate threat. Look at the differences between Form 2, Form 3, and then Form 4. I believe Forms 2 and 3 could be injured or even killed by conventional human weapons and military attacks. However, Form 4 seems specifically adapted to withstand such attacks. And then there's Form 5, which we'll probably never fully understand. You might guess that Godzilla is evolving to become like an army of his own to face humanity. Rather than just a healing factor, Shin Godzilla adapts and evolves each time he returns, becoming stronger with perfect tools to defeat you in battle. But I don't think it will even come to that. Even without the evolution and adaptation, Shin Godzilla easily surpasses Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 stands about 45 meters tall and weighs around 20,000 tons in its fourth form, while Shin Godzilla is over 100 meters tall and weighs 92,000 tons. In any physical battle, Shin Godzilla would dominate. And while Godzilla -1 has an impressive atomic breath, it's hard to argue with nuclear lasers that can cut through an entire city or dozens of lasers firing simultaneously. Shin Godzilla is just on a different level, no question about it. This fight isn't truly over yet, but what do you all think? Share your thoughts and feelings about this match in the comments below. Thanks for sticking around to the end. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you really liked it, don't forget to leave a like, comment your thoughts about the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll stop here now. Thank you.